Welcome back to my channel. I'm Joe with Smokin Joe's Pit Barbecue. On today's video, we're going to be smoking a whole turkey on my offset smoker. Now, do you believe in brining a turkey? Let's talk about it. Stay tuned. You can see, look at this bark. It's crazy. Oh man, this is perfect. It helps to start with a nice sharp knife, okay? Oh my goodness. Look at that. All right, so before we get started on the turkey, I do want to talk about the brining process and is it really necessary? For me, I think that you add a lot of good flavor when you use a good brine on your turkey. Now, I know that there's going to be people out there that say brining isn't necessary. Well, if you don't think brining is necessary, don't do it. But for me, I've done a ton of turkeys, and I got to tell you, every time that I brine a turkey, it comes out delicious and full of flavor. Now, I know the brining or not brining a turkey argument is kind of like the brisket argument, the fat cap up versus fat cap down. Probably a 3-week argument, and there's never going to be a winner. But again, if you like to brine, go ahead. You want to add those additional flavors, go ahead and do it. So let's get to this turkey. Stay tuned. All right, so let's get started on the turkey. No, I am not sponsored by Butterball. I wish I was. So on the package, you can see right here, it says contains up to 8% of a solution of water, salt, and spices. Again, I've never seen spices that come out of a turkey. All right, so I've got the turkey out of the package. Now I'm just going to take out the neck. There's still some ice in here that I'm going to get rid of. Now, I did buy this a couple of days ago and it was completely frozen. I just put it in a bucket filled with water and it is nice and thawed out. Now, you can use that turkey neck to make your gravy if you wanted to, but I'm just tossing it in the trash, okay? I'm not gonna use it. Now, before I brine this turkey, there's a few pieces that I do want to trim off. One being this excess skin that's right here. They use this to hold the legs down. I'm gonna be tying these together so I don't need that excess skin. So I'm just gonna remove that. Comes off real easy. Okay, just like that. I'm gonna go ahead and cut the turkey tail off. I'm gonna be smoking this separately. And the other piece that I do like to trim off is all this excess skin around the neck area. So I'm just gonna grab some kitchen shears and just cut all this excess skin off. All right, so that looks good to me. Let's get our brine ready. All right, so I've got my 5-gallon bucket that I use to brine my turkeys, and I do have 1.5 gallons of water. What I did is I put 1.5 gallons of water, put the turkey when it was still in the package, and made sure that it completely covered that turkey. So I know that 1.5 gallons of water is gonna cover this turkey entirely. All right, so the brine that I'm using today is from Sweetwater Spice Company. This is their turkey bath, and this is a lemon thyme flavor. I gotta tell you, I've used this before, and this is packed with a ton of flavor. So I'm just gonna open up the bottle. Now, the instructions on the bottle say to add 1 gallon per bottle. Because I'm using 1.5 gallons, I'm using 1.5 bottles. The other half, I'm just gonna save it and use that for some chicken someday. Okay, I'm also adding 3/4 cup of salt. Per the instructions on the bottle, they do want you to use 1/2 cup of salt. So I've got 3/4 cup of salt. I am using kosher salt. So I'm just using my whisk here to dissolve the salt and also get that turkey bath completely incorporated into the water. All right, so once you got your entire turkey bath completely mixed up, just pick up your turkey and put it in there. Now, I like to put my turkeys in my brining bucket with the breast side down. That's obviously the heaviest side of the turkey, so it's gonna weigh the turkey down, if you will. Now, if you have a really big turkey, you can also put some onions in the cavity to help weigh that down. But obviously the cavity is pointing up, so that's really gonna hold that turkey under the water just like that. So this is a 14-pound turkey. Per the instructions on the bottle, they do want the turkey to sit inside the brine for 1 hour per pound. We'll see you guys in a bit. Stay tuned. All right, so it's the very next day, 14 hours later, and I pulled the turkey out of the brine. Now, one thing that I did do is rinse the turkey under the sink just to get rid of any of the herbs and spices that were on the outside. So next thing is just to pat the turkey dry. All right, so the reason I rinsed the turkey under cold water in the sink was to remove that excess salt. Now, one thing you can do with this brine that we used is sift out the herbs and spices and use that to season the outside of the turkey, maybe separate the skin a little bit and put some of that in between the skin and the turkey meat itself. So since I am using a seasoning today, I will not be using the herbs that were inside the brine, okay? All right, so I've got the turkey surface nice and dry. Time to apply the rub, and the rub that I'm using today is this Cattleman's Grill Ranchero rub. I gotta tell you, this is one of my favorite all-time rubs, especially for poultry. It's got a really good flavor. So I'm just gonna season the back first. and add a good amount. All right, so I've got the bottom well seasoned. Just turn the turkey around and apply a good layer of seasoning to the top side as well, right in the armpit of the turkey. Get that leg. All right, so I've got our turkey well seasoned. Next, we're going to tuck the wings under the turkey, just like this. And that way it sits nice and straight. And the last thing we're going to do to this turkey is just tie up these legs together, just like this. Tying up the legs like this is going to give us a really nice turkey to display for your dinner table, just like this. Okay, go ahead and cut the excess. All right, so the next step, you guys know that I like to use these screens right here. Just gonna lift my turkey onto that screen. And I gotta tell you, these screens really make it easy to turn your turkey once it's inside the smoker, okay? So just gonna touch up the rub. I've got my Yoto Frontiersman running at 275 degrees. We'll see you guys outside. All right, we're outside at my Yoto Frontiersman and the temperature's running at 275 degrees. Gonna put our turkey on. There it is. We're gonna put the turkey tail right here. Get that nice and smoky as well. All right, so if you noticed, I put the cavity towards that firebox. That way the heat comes in the cavity and cooks the turkey on the inside as well. Now, if you have an offset smoker, obviously there's no electronics to this. I'm using my meter probes. I'm gonna put one right here in the breast, just like that. And I'm putting my second one right here in that thigh, right where the thigh and the drumstick meet. Try not to hit a bone, just like that. That way we can monitor both temperatures. All right, so the turkey's gonna smoke for an hour and a half. Stay tuned. All right, so it's been an hour and a half, and again, my temperatures are still running at 275. As you can see on these two gauges, it's 275 right on the money. Let's look at the turkey. So at the 45-minute mark, I did come and spin the turkey around, and it is looking really good. According to my meter app, the temps on the thigh is at 122 and the breast is at 140, so we are cooking right along. I'm gonna let this go for another 30 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and spin it around one more time. We'll come back and check on the turkey in 30 minutes. Stay tuned. All right, so 2 hours into our cook now. Let's take a look at the turkey. We're sitting at 149 degrees on both the thigh and the breast. Now I did move my meter thermometer to the thicker part of the turkey breast because I had it over here where it's a little thin. So we're running at 149 degrees, actually 150 on the breast right now. So at this point, I'm gonna go ahead and spritz the turkey with I can't believe it's not butter. This is gonna give it a really nice color, nice golden brown color, and also a good flavor on that skin. All right, so according to my meter app, we have about 30 minutes to go. So I'm gonna spin it around one more time. We'll see you guys inside. Stay tuned. All right, so the turkey is ready and the total cook time was right at 3 hours. It has been resting for about 20 minutes. Let's slice into it. All right, so first of all, this turkey smells really good. I wish you guys could smell this. So I'm just gonna cut right off the center of that breastbone, just like this, and then come across and take that breast completely off, okay? Found that's one of the easiest ways to remove the breast from the turkey. As you can see, there's a lot of juices on my cutting board right here. Man, look at that. Nice and juicy. The inside's got a really nice smoke ring, and there are juices pouring out of this thing. So I'm just gonna take a couple slices off the breast right here. Ooh, that skin is nice and crunchy. All right, I'm also gonna take a piece of this leg right here and give this a try. All right, let's give it a taste. All right, let's see how we did on the turkey. Gonna grab this end piece of the breast, my favorite part. I gotta tell you, that lemon thyme brine that we use from Sweetwater Spice Company is fantastic, okay? I can taste it in the meat. It's got a really good flavor. It pairs extremely well with this ranchero rub from Cattleman's Grill. So this turkey leg has a really nice smoke ring almost all the way through the center of that turkey leg. And this turkey breast, not sure if you guys can see that on the camera, but it's got a nice pinkish smoke ring throughout the entire turkey breast. All right, so next let's try some of this dark meat. Here we go. That is really good. I'm gonna leave links in the description box on where you can get yourself some of that brine and that ranchero rub as well. I'm also gonna be leaving links on where you can buy some of the items that I use in this video, including that Yoder frontiersman. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Until next time, Joe at Smokin Joe's Barbecue. See ya.